So, my dear learners, good evening. We are still continuing with our last lesson. To remind you a bit, we have already covered a number of things. We have covered the grid reference, we have covered the features, road distance of irregular objects, area. We looked at a sketch map, how to describe problems, how to describe different economic activities, and so many more other things. So for today, we are going to look at other descriptions. First and foremost, we are going to describe the settlement patterns. How to describe settlement patterns on a map. There are very many different settlement patterns. Settlement patterns on the map are represented by these black dots. The way they are displayed onto the map will tell what type of settlement pattern that one is. I believe you are seeing these small dots. This one is a road, this is a road, but these black dots are the ones which represent different settlement patterns. According to our key, the black dots are hearts, different hearts. So the way they are displayed will always tell what settlement pattern that one is. The first type of settlement pattern is called the linear. Linear settlement pattern. How does linear settlement pattern look like? Linear settlement pattern comes from the word line. That's when people live along either roads, sideways of the roads. So once you see a road like that, along that road there will always be these black dots. So once you see that one, tell the examiner that there is linear settlement, and this one is around along roads. It could be also along swamps, because also the swamp is in a linear form, or also it could be along a lake. All settlements along swamps, along roads, along rivers, they display a linear type of settlement, pattern. So your work is to identify, do I have a road in this map? Do I have a lake, a river, or a swamp? Are dots along my road? So once you see that, tell the examiner that there is linear settlement pattern. Settlement pattern number 2 is called nucleated. This one is called the nucleated settlement pattern. The nucleated settlement pattern. For this one, it is discovered in those areas where the black dots are very many and close to one another. It is an indicator that people are living in nearby one another and are very many. In most cases, we find such a settlement pattern in urban areas, say in towns, in cities, in trading centers. areas that are congested. So what will tell that this is a nucleated settlement pattern? Of course, you will look at those notes. For example, in Buka here, there are very many people. The dots, as I have said, they are very, very many, close to one another and compact. That one is called a linear settlement pattern. The other type of settlement pattern is called the pyramid. It's called pyramid settlement pattern. The pyramid settlement pattern. How does planned settlement pattern look like? Planned settlement pattern is found mainly along road junctions, in trading centers, in towns and cities. For them, instead of having a black dot, this time it is a box, small black box. Like for instance, when you look at this trading and when you look at this road junction, around here, around that road junction, it could be representing a school. There could be a school there. There could be a hospital or any other project, but with this settlement pattern. So you recall this one, planned settlement, you will call it a planned settlement pattern. The other settlement pattern we have to note is called a sparse settlement pattern. For this case, sparse settlement pattern, dots are a few. They are few and distant apart. They are few and distant apart. That one is said to be what? This one is said to be a dispersed settlement pattern. So this one is displayed here. It is displayed here, northwest of Kaiso. That is a dispersed settlement, a dispersed settlement pattern. Then, I believe those are the major settlement patterns that we do have. And yeah, let us also cover something else apart from settlement patterns. Let us look at drainage patterns. The word drainage patterns refers to the display of rivers and their tributaries. So on the map extract, there are also different drainage patterns. Being displayed by the river and its tributaries. So the first drainage pattern is called dendritic. Dendritic drainage pattern. The dendritic drainage pattern here, the river subdivides into numerous branches. The main stream is joined up by many other tributaries. As we are seeing this one here, This one is displaying a dendritic drainage pattern. Rivers are flowing they are flowing and they are subdivided into so many other tributaries as we are seeing here. The river is subdivided into very many other branches like that, like that, like that. So once you see this, you go in the map and you see these blue lines with so many branches, tell the examiner that this one is called the dendritic drainage pattern. The river divides and subdivides into numerous branches. Then this one, that's another drainage pattern. Of course, this one is a hill. Those ones, the other time I told you, these are contours. This one is called radial drainage pattern. It's called what? Radial. Radial drainage pattern. For radial drainage pattern, rivers originate from one central point. Rivers originate from one central point outwards. So they originate maybe from a mountain or a hill. So such rivers which display this type of drainage pattern in map work, we call that one dendritic drainage pattern. We are clear? So apart from dendritic drainage pattern, there are those drainage patterns we call parallel. Some drainage patterns are known as parallel drainage patterns. What are those parallel drainage patterns? In this case, the rivers rivers flow from the opposite direction without meeting. They flow for a long distance without meeting. This is called parallel drainage pattern. The parallel drainage pattern. In this case, rivers will flow in the opposite direction as you are seeing these ones. They are flowing in the same direction but not meeting one another. So you should be able to identify those drainage patterns in the map and be in a position to tell what type of drainage pattern that one is. Still on the map, we have another drainage pattern. We have another drainage pattern known as centripetal. The centripetal drainage pattern. Usually the centripetal drainage pattern is seen where rivers originate. They come from different directions and pour water in the same area. Maybe this is a lake. Rivers originate from opposite directions, but they all pour water in one central point. This one is said to be maybe a lake. It is called a centripetal drainage pattern. So you check in your map very well, you see, check on how they are being displayed, how the river systems are being displayed, and you will tell her the type of drainage pattern depending on how the river systems are being displayed on the map. Either centripetal drainage pattern, either the dendritic drainage patterns are the most common dendritic, they are the most common drainage patterns in any map extract that you will be given. Almost every map extract given will at least have a dendritic drainage pattern. The other drainage pattern I had not yet talked about is called trellised or trellis drainage pattern. Trellis. Here rivers join the main stream at right angles. This is our main stream. These are tributaries. So tributaries and distributaries join the main stream at right